Alright, good morning. I'm Aaron Heiser, Maker's Leather Supply, and today we're going to do a little 2-minute tool tip. It's probably going to go over on creating depth when using your bevelers, okay? And when I talk about creating depth, a lot of the time you might look at someone's tooling or a picture of it and be like, man, how did they get the flowers to look like they're so far brought out, you know? Like how do they get such deep tooling? And what I'm going to explain to you is a lot of the time it's what I like to call the illusion of depth. And I'm going to show you how that works with a couple of bevelers here in this video. So, here we go. Okay, so here I'm going to take my swivel knife and I'm just going to cut a line in this piece of leather here. Okay, just cutting a line. There it is right there. Nothing special about that line. It's not crazy deep or anything like that. Sorry, I gotta point at it to make sure I'm on camera there. It's not crazy deep or anything like that. It maybe goes the third of the depth of this 6-ounce leather. Okay, now this is a standard what's called a steep angle beveler. I believe the angle on it's 30 degrees. This one is checkered. Anybody that watches my tooling videos knows I like checkered tools. It's a personal preference thing. Not everybody likes the same stuff. I get it, and to each their own on that. So, I'm going to take my beveler and bevel that line. Okay, and I want those hits nice and consistent and smooth. I'm moving the tool about a third of the width of the tool every time I hit it. Okay, there we go. So I have beveled the line. Now, it doesn't necessarily look deep, and it's not. It's, again, maybe a third the depth of the leather, maybe a half at the most. So, but what I'm going to show you is right over here where you can tell the beveler, like it goes from beveled to back to the flat edge of the leather. That's called the crown, also called the halo, okay? And if you move that halo, it will look like it's a lot deeper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have here what's called a low angle beveler. It can be called a matting beveler. It's a very, very low angle. I don't know the numerical value of that angle as far as its actual degree or whatever, but it's much lower. It's also checkered, just like my other tools. Some of these are smooth. So anyway, I'm going to take it and I'm going to bevel that same line again. I'm not going to hit really any harder. But what I'm doing is I'm changing the angle of that bevel and it's pushing that halo out some more. Okay? So when you look at it again, it looks like it's a lot deeper. But again, it's not any deeper. I just changed the shading to where it gives the illusion of more depth. Alright? So you can see down here where I did it and up here where I didn't do it. And there's the difference in the two. And I mean, it's literally the same thing. It's just beveled. Okay, now I can make it go even further. I have here just a matting tool, kind of like the low angle beveler, except it has no angle to it whatsoever. It's just a checkered, kind of flat tool. And I'm going to take it, hammer out that area even more, and now there's really a difference. So I say all that to say this: not every project will require such a thing. No project actually requires it, but it can really help with the look of your project. It can help with sorry, gotta spin that out a little. It can help with you know, the just how much artistic input you're putting into a project, I guess you could say. But the biggest thing is it's a nice piece of knowledge to know when I'm doing a project, like even if it's a floral, like in between the flowers and in the scrolls and stuff like that, I'm not worried about this. But where that last flower on the edge is right against the surface of the leather, where I really want it to stand out, that's what I do right there. And it works every time, and it makes it just really look like it's standing out on the leather. So this has been a 4.5-minute tool tip from Aaron Heiser, Maker's Leather Supply, about the illusion of depth when you're tooling. Have a great day.